Hey guys, it's Shari J and welcome back to my channel. It has been a minute since I've uploaded a video, and for those of you who do not follow me on Instagram, then you don't know that my mother passed away back in August. And it's still shocking to say that, to be honest. As you guys know, over the past couple months she had been sick. And the day that she actually passed away, she was having her last home care visit, and she was being cleared. All the doctors said that all her vitals were good. She was great. She was being cleared to not have to do home care anymore. And she actually passed away that night, which was shocking to just about everybody. But instead of taking it as like a negative, I was just happy that my mom is no longer in pain, physically or emotionally, and she can just finally rest and not have to deal with everything that she was dealing with. And I was just thanking God that He allowed us to have 2 to 3 more months with her, because after she got really sick, you know, we thought that could have been it. So the fact that we were able to spend more time with her after she made a full recovery was just great. You know, that was just the best thing. So, you know, obviously no one wants their parents to pass away, but I was just happy that I was able to get a little bit more time with her. So on a more positive note, I felt like I couldn't come back on YouTube without doing this type of video, because my mother's death has really taught me a lot about not just myself, but just life in general, and more so about the way I want to continue to live my life. So I wanted to do a video about 3 things I took away from my mother's death. And I know it seems like a kind of heavy video for YouTube, but I don't know, it was just something on my spirit where I was just like, I have to do this video before I do anything else, because I just think that it's important to talk about. So here goes. So the first thing I took away from my mother's death is to be more like her, and in a sense, I mean, just to be more kind and compassionate. My mother is like the sweetest person that I know, and I think I'm a nice person. You know what I'm saying? I think I have a good heart, but it's not as great as my mom's heart was. And even when she was sick, like, people would be at the hospital before I would get there, and I would get there in the morning. Like, in the morning, I would come to the hospital to see her, and people would always already be there. And people just, like, loved my mom, like, on another level. And they would just always say how sweet she was. I just feel like that's such a generic thing to say when people are sick and you're talking about them. But when it came to my mom, like, people always had a story to back it up. And then when she actually passed away, I just kept hearing it more and more often. And it just made me think, like, you know, you always think of your parents as, you know, they're so sweet or they're so nice. But, like, hearing so many other people I didn't even know, come up and say that about my mom, it just, like, it validated everything that I ever thought. And it just made me want to become more of a person who's just kind-hearted. Like, again, I think I'm nice, but, like, I know I could be nicer. I know I could be a lot sweeter and think more positively about certain things. So that's just one key thing I thought about. Like, I have to start being a little bit more kind and kind-hearted. And I know it's not like a big thing, but just like little things she would do. So apparently she would, like, give back to the church. And one of my friends, Etta SB, who's the owner of Sweet Potato Sensations in Detroit, she actually donated 3 sweet potato pies to our repast, which was very sweet of her. And we had an extra pie left. And I was like, you know, what are we going to do with these pies? Like, my sister and I don't like sweet potato pies. And I just didn't want it to go to waste. So I donated it to the church. And I took the sweet potato pie up to the church so they could have it like after their service. And you know, one of my mom's best friend walked me out and she was just like, oh my God, that's so sweet of you, like that's something your mom would do. And I was just like, you know, thank you. Just thinking of things she would do and trying to make more choices with her in mind. The next thing is to be a better friend. My mother has friends from like middle school who she's still friends with, or she was still friends with up until her death. And I'm like a horrible friend. Like whenever I'm going through something, I shut down. I don't talk to people. I like to just be in my own little bubble. And I remember I was telling my mom this. This was like a long time ago when I was in college. I was telling her this and she's like, why do you do that? Why do you shut your friends out? And I was like, I don't know. Like, I don't know why I do that. And she's like, your friends are there to help you. And I was like, I know, but I don't know why I do that. And as soon as she passed away, I knew I was going to have to like tell people because, you know, you can't keep that away from your friends. So I did the hardest thing to do for me anyway is to call people and talk to them. So I started calling people and telling them, and I guess it hadn't hit me yet because I wasn't at home. I was like on my way to go home, but I was calling people like on my way home, and I was able to actually speak coherently because, you know, after a while it's hard to talk about it, but I was just like telling people, and I would just shock myself because usually when something like that happens, I don't talk to anybody. I just kind of keep it to myself, but I did like the right thing and told people what was going on. And the first thing that people did was like, whatever you need, I got you. Don't worry about it. And I remember my friend Angel, she was like, you know, if you want some greens, I don't know why, like I like greens. She knows I like greens and cornbread. So she's like, if you want, I can like make you greens and cornbread. You can come over here, come to the house, whatever, you can stay. And I thank God for Angel and Mike for doing that for me because that was like the first thing that kind of calmed me down as soon as I got to Detroit. It was like a comfort thing. I didn't know how much I was going to need it because that week was awful. It was so hard. It was like the hardest week of my life. And my friends back home in Tennessee or here were just amazing. And I haven't even known them for a full year, and I feel like they were there. Sam especially was like calling me every single day, what you need. We needed flowers. Like I didn't have to say nothing else, but you know, hey guys, if you want to donate flowers were there the next freaking day. Like they were on it. They sent me 2 arrangements. I remember I was at the viewing. I saw a vase. I thought it was from like my managers, and like maybe 20 minutes later another arrangement came, and I knew it was Sam. I knew Sam did it, and I just started busting out crying. Like just people just I'm just getting emotional just thinking about how great they were for me, just there for me. And it was just so amazing to have great friends like that. And I haven't known them for that long, and like they were just there for me every single day. And she was calling me every day like, you ain't gotta call me back, I'm just checking on you, see how you doing. Even if I needed to vent because my family was driving me crazy, like she was there no matter what time. Like both of my friends were just amazing. And I knew just from seeing my mom's friends that, again, from middle school, that are like still in her life, I knew that was like something I was gonna have to work on, keeping my friendships fresh and paying attention to them, like making sure I just be a better friend, period. Like I'm not as bad as I used to before all of this. I could still do better, but that was something that made me realize that I wanted to just be a better friend, because friendships are important, and honestly, if I didn't have the friendships that I've had, I don't know how I would have got through this whole thing. Like, my friendships have been the best thing out of this experience. Seriously. And the last thing that I learned from my mother's death is that I want to get back into church. And this is a tough one for me because when it comes to religion, I'm feeling so conflicted. Like, I believe in God. I believe my mom was a Christian. I grew up as a Christian. And there's just still something that I feel when it comes to the whole religion thing. I definitely want to find another church home. I think that that would help me on my journey back into having, I don't even want to say a better relationship with God, because I have a relationship with God, but I don't know. I have all these feelings that need to be resolved, but I need to find another church home. If you guys have any advice on how to do that, please let me know. I've never had to find a church home myself, so this has been a very difficult thing for me to try and do. I don't know where to start. I know that I would want to be in a congregation full of younger people, if that makes sense, but I really just don't know where to start on how to find another church home. So if you guys have any advice on how to do that, that would be helpful. My mom would always ask me, like, when is the last time you went to church? Like, she would always pray for me, and she was just always looking out for me and telling me that, like, you know, you gotta go to church, you gotta do this. So that's definitely something that I want to do, if not only for me, like for her. Like, I just feel better when I'm in church, and I know I just want to get back into church, but I want to go to a church home that I feel more connected to. I don't know, just weird, but I felt like that was something that I want to do as well. I feel like I said this when my dad passed away, but I was looking at his death certificate and I was looking at her death certificate, and they both had like so many ailments, and they both had congestive heart failure. And I was talking to one of my cousins, and she's younger, like young in her 40s, and she also had congestive heart failure. And I was just like, oh my God. And my uncle had it when he passed away in his 40s, and it just scared the mess out of me. So I was just like, okay, I have to like do better. And I think like after my father passed away, maybe a year or two later, I did go vegan. Then I came down here and I'm not vegan anymore. And I don't think that vegan is like the only way to becoming healthy, but just making better choices. And I have been doing that the last maybe week or so. I just started like eating more vegetables and eating more fruits, and just trying to incorporate more plant-based meals into my diet, and just becoming more active, just period. And you know, I'm not trying to do like a challenge or anything. Like, I want it to be stuff that I incorporate into my life, you know, having it be a life change instead of it being like a challenge for me. And I've only, like I said, I've only been doing it for like a week and a half, but I've already felt so much better. I've had to like do some type of detox anyway because of all the toxic energy that this has caused in my life. Like, oh my God, don't even want to get into it, but I needed like I needed something to help me clear my head, because my God, just a lot. But yeah, I'm not, you know, I've taken this death a lot better than I took my dad's death. He died 5 years and 5 days apart from my mom, which I thought was insane. So the fact that I'm taking it a lot better just means a lot to me. Like, I just think it's because of our relationship and my mom's will to live. Like, she gave it all her all, you know, and I think God just called her home because it was just time. You know, he felt that it was time, and my mom was just so tired. I think he did it for a reason. So I don't really you know, I don't feel horrible about it. Like, I'm just happy I was able to enjoy her, like I said, for that time that we had left. And if anything, like any light or bright moment came from this, it is like the fact that I got two plants when my mom passed away. One was this umbrella tree that her good friend from church gave me, and she's like, I want you to have it, I want you to take good care of it. And that plant is just so beautiful. I have just like adored that plant, and it's growing beautifully. And one of my mom's friends, who actually helped me clean the basement when I moved back home after my breakup, who was like my right hand woman, like during that stressful time, she gave me like a rose bush, a mini rose bush, and I thought that it was just dying, like all the roses were dying, but then a beautiful new rose blossomed on it, and I was just like, oh my god, and it's like more roses are starting to come in, and I just love it. So I'm like now a new plant mom. Again, if you follow me on Instagram, you already know this, but like I am just loving plants. I definitely want to make videos on plants. I'm not sure how that will go over because I never did that before, but like I'm like obsessed with plants now, and I have a few. And I've also taken in my mom's plants because my sister said she didn't want to take care of them. So if you don't mind, hopefully you guys won't mind, but I'm going to make a couple plant videos if you guys can just bear with me, because I'm like, oh my god, I love plants now. I just can't get enough of them. And I don't want to be one of those crazy plant ladies, but like I'm definitely like a new plant mom. But yeah, that is it for this video. I feel like I couldn't do another video until I made this video. Don't know why. Just had to put that out there. For those of you who have lost a loved one, you know, it's definitely hard. Now both of my parents are gone, you know, it's like sometimes I still can't believe it. But I still talk to my mom. I've been seeing my dad a lot more in my dreams, which has been really, really great because I hadn't seen him in so long. So that was really nice. But I'm just noticing that like sometimes your family is your friends, and my friends have definitely been like the best thing ever. And yeah, I don't even know how to end this video, guys. I really don't. I'm just at a loss. I'm just so happy that I'm not crying because I've tried to film this several times and I've cried and I just couldn't finish it. So the fact that I'm able to get to the end, even though I don't know how to like end it, I'm just happy that I'm not like tore up. So yeah, I'm back. I'm back, and I don't see myself going to Detroit a lot anymore. I went back 2 weeks ago and it just wasn't the same. So I think I'm definitely going to just start doing more videos around Nashville. Trying to find a stylist out here. You guys know I love Tasha, but I just need to figure it out. I need to like start realizing that this is like the new place. So yeah, more videos in Murfreesboro, Nashville area coming soon. Gonna try to get a salon experience video up soon, and just more content in this area. You guys have been asking me for it. I see you guys out all the time in Nashville / Murfreesboro, and you're just like, oh my god. So yeah, I'm going to do that. It's needed, and I'm excited to do that as well. So yeah, again, if you know how to get a church home or how to find a church home, let me know. If you know about any volunteer organizations, let me know, because I definitely want to start doing that as well. And that's it. This video has just been all over the place. I'm sorry. I just had to put it up and get it out there. And I feel like this is all over the place, but I don't really know how to make this more structured. It's kind of like a stream of consciousness, really. But that's it, guys. I'll talk to you guys in the next one with a more lighter video. It's probably going to be repotting my Dieffenbachia one that I got in an arrangement and one that I got from my mom's house. So hopefully you guys will enjoy that, and it will be much shorter than this video, I'm sure, and much more structured and put together. But hopefully you guys can forgive me. Alright, I'll see you guys in the next one.